This fall, something fascinating is happening in fashion, and hardly anyone is talking about it. We are witnessing the quiet rise of the true minimalist capsule wardrobe, not the Pinterest perfect 10 beige pieces minimalism that's been recycled for years, but a sharper, more refined version. Minimalism as power, as sophistication, as a silent signal that you are in control. It's not showy, it's not screaming for attention, it's not about trends. It's about creating an image so effortlessly polished that people can't stop wondering about you because you give them nothing and everything at the same time. This shift is psychological. We've reached a saturation point with loud, hyper-revealing or over-accessorized fashion. The idea that dressing in a way that shows as much skin as possible is empowering is crumbling. People are realizing that the most magnetic women in the room aren't the ones flaunting everything. They're the ones who leave people guessing. This fall, the most admired women are dressing in a way that communicates discipline, intelligence, and presence without relying on spectacle. That's why brands like The Row and Kite are having such a moment in 2025. They've built their entire DNA around that aura. Clothing that is luxurious, not because of visible logos or gimmicks, but because of the cut, the fabric, and the way it moves on the body. A perfectly tailored coat, indeed. A black cashmere turtleneck that looks almost unremarkable to the untrained eye, until you see how it drapes, how it holds shape, how it makes the wearer look like they are completely untouchable. These pieces are the armor of women who know who they are. Minimalism this season isn't about stripping back for the sake of being plain. It's about sharpening your presence. The silhouettes are precise, clean lines, ankle-grazing trousers, coats that frame the body without swallowing it, knitwear that feels personal and expensive even if no one knows the label. The palette is deliberate. Blacks, deep neutrals, rich chocolates, stormy greys, shades that read as serious and composed. Every piece is a statement, not because it shouts, but because it whispers to those who know. And here's the brutal truth. The cultural appetite is shifting because people are exhausted by cheapness, not just in fabric or construction, but in the image it projects. The overly sexualized, overly casual, fast turnover look now reads as disposable. People don't want disposable identities anymore. The women driving this new wave understand that elegance makes you unforgettable. You can still be alluring without being exposed. In fact, you will be more alluring because people will have to lean in to try to understand you. This fall capsule is all about mastery of fewer pieces done better. It's about a black wool coat that you will wear every other day and never get tired of. It's about one perfect leather bag that doesn't need a logo to speak. It's about knit dresses that glide over the body instead of clinging. It's about choosing boots that elongate the leg without looking like they're begging for attention. Every choice is intentional. Nothing is accidental. What's fascinating is how much this movement ties into cultural psychology. In uncertain times, people crave stability and symbols of control. Clothing becomes that signal, a way to communicate to the world that you are unshaken, composed, and in command of your narrative. The fall minimalist capsule is about power through understatement. The more you hold back, the more weight your presence carries. Elegant women this season are not trying to compete with noise. They are strategically stepping out of it. They are playing the long game, investing in pieces that will outlast trends and building a visual identity that is instantly recognizable for its poise. And when they walk into a room, they are admired not because of what they're showing, but because of what they choose not to. This is the kind of fashion that lingers in memory, the kind that tells a story without a single word. And the women who master it this fall won't just be well-dressed, they'll be unforgettable. Follow GTWJ Mag on Instagram for more deep dives like this, because we're not just talking about fashion here, we're talking about the psychology of style and how to make it work entirely in your favor. And here's where it gets even more interesting. The minimalist fall wardrobe isn't just a personal style choice, it's becoming a cultural status marker. Because when you wear less but better, you're communicating something money can't always buy: taste. True taste is the most powerful currency in fashion right now. It's why women who know their style can step out in a 5-year-old coat and still look like they own the room. because the coat was chosen perfectly the first time. This is also why certain brands are quietly winning this season without plastering themselves all over TikTok. Labels like Totemim, Loro Piana and Max Mara aren't chasing virality. They're building wardrobes for women who have outgrown the need to prove anything. These are the women who don't post haul videos because they're not constantly replacing their clothes. They buy what lasts, they wear it well, and that consistency becomes their signature. In fact, that's the secret no one tells you. The best-dressed women aren't reinventing themselves every season. They're refining. They have a vocabulary of clothing, a set of cuts, colors, and fabrics that belong to them, and they repeat it with confidence. That repetition is what makes them iconic. Think about it. The most memorable fashion figures in history didn't try everything. They mastered one thing, and they made it theirs. This fall, the Minimalist Capsule is about building that kind of personal fashion language. Maybe for you, it's a pair of perfectly cut black trousers, a sharp blazer, and a silk blouse that always makes you feel unstoppable. Maybe it's an oversized camel coat and leather boots you can wear with everything. Whatever it is, once you find it, you stop chasing trends. And ironically, that's when you start setting them. And the psychological impact? Immense. When you dress in a way that feels like your truest self, you move differently. You're not fidgeting with your second-guessing your outfit, and you're not hoping someone will validate it. You've already validated it by wearing it with conviction. People notice that kind of quiet confidence instantly, even if they can't name what makes it magnetic. So if fall 2025 belongs to anyone, it belongs to the women who are dressing for themselves first, who understand that fashion is most powerful when it's intentional. Not when it's loud, not when it's desperate, but when it's precise. Minimalism this season isn't the absence of style, it's the height of it. And here's the ultimate takeaway. The minimalist wardrobe isn't about having less. It's about having exactly enough. The right pieces, the right fit, the right energy. It's about creating a presence so compelling that even in the most crowded room, you don't need to compete for attention. It finds you. GTWJ Mag will be breaking down the exact pieces and combinations to build this kind of wardrobe. So if you want to master the art of quiet but unforgettable style this fall, you know where to look. Because the truth is, trends fade, but presence lasts forever. And if we're being brutally honest, presence is the one thing money can't fake. You can walk into a store tomorrow, drop $10,000 on designer pieces, and still look like you're playing dress up if the clothes don't align with who you are. That's why so many people with closets full of expensive still don't look expensive. Style isn't bought, it's built. Fall 2025 is the perfect season to prove that point, because the best looks right now aren't about head-to-toe brand explosions. They're about mastery of proportion, layering, and fabric. It's knowing how to put wool against silk so the textures speak to each other, or how to belt a coat so it frames your body perfectly without looking forced. It's the subtlety that makes people think she just has it, even if they can't pinpoint why. And here's something most influencers won't admit. The women who truly stand out this season are not in competition with the trends. They use them as seasoning, not the main dish. Maybe you nod to the burgundy craze with a bag, or you play into the strong shoulder silhouette in a way that feels natural to you, but you never let a runway dictate your entire identity, because the moment you outsource your taste to the fashion cycle, you disappear into it. This is why the most wearable trends right now are also the most dangerous for people who haven't found their style foundation. Wide leg trousers, oversized coats, chunky knits, they can look incredible, or they can look sloppy and overpowering if you don't understand balance. The women who nail it, they tailor, they edit, and they remove anything that doesn't add to the overall picture. So the real challenge for fall and winter 2025 isn't what should I wear? It's what do I want to say? Every piece in your wardrobe is a sentence in that conversation, and if it's not adding clarity, it's adding noise. And trust me, in a season this saturated, clarity is the new luxury. Which is why GTWJ will keep showing you how to strip fashion back to its most powerful form. Not bare, but sharp, intentional, and utterly magnetic. Because at the end of the day, fashion is only as strong as the woman wearing it. This fall, let it be about your presence first, your clothes second. That's when people stop seeing a nice outfit and start seeing you.